What's going on today, guys? Jesse here, bringing you another video. It's been a little while. Just quick little video today. Gonna show you my arrow setup. You guys have seen my bow with the new Hoyt and everything. But today, we're gonna be talking about my arrow setup. Now, I've learned over the years that your arrow setup means a lot more than I used to think it did. You know, I used to think you go to the pro shop, you pick out an arrow, you pick out a broadhead. It's pretty much going to fly the same. You strap it all together, you go out and shoot it. Most of you, but I started at a pretty young age bow hunting, so you know that was a big learning curve for me. Realizing not all tips fly the same out of every bow, and you know every tip's a little bit different. Every arrow weight's a little bit different. Every spine's a little different, and it's amazing how much just changing one little thing can change basically your whole ball game, and it can be the difference between hitting the heart or completely missing the deer. And I've had that happen. You know, go out in the field and have broadheads that I had shot the previous year, but switched arrows, throw it in there. Actually happened last season. Pulled back, completely shot under the deer, and I was blown away. But today, before I go into my setup, I'm going to talk about some heads that I have shot, or some broadheads I have shot, and some broadheads that I was considering shooting, their specs, what I like, what I don't like, and then I will go to my actual setup and what I will be shooting this year and why. The first setup, or the first broadhead I shot for 2 seasons was the Toxic broadhead. I wish it would focus, but you guys have, I'm sure some of you have heard of the Toxic. It's exactly what it sounds like. It's a it makes like a clover shape in your target. It's 8 blades, chisel tip head, and it's a fixed blade. What drew me to this broadhead is nothing can go wrong. It's right there. You're looking to get a big hole out of this broadhead, you know, it's just going to cut a chunk out. It's like shooting with a shotgun slug is basically what I thought of when I started shooting this head. Pros, you know, it's known to be deadly accurate. My opinion on that, it's not very accurate. I don't know why. I've shot it out of 2 bows now, 2 different bows. I thought it was my bow last time. I was shooting a little bit cheaper bow, but I'm shooting a brand new Hoyt Pro Defiant this year, and I can't get it to fly right even at 20 yards. It's like 4 inches low. I'm not going to completely redo my sight just to shoot this broadhead, which is what I did last year when I killed my doe. When I killed the doe, only about a 40-yard track job downhill. Did a pretty good job. She fell in a creek, so I don't really know what kind of blood I had, but overall, I was pretty tickled, I guess you could say, but not blown away. Another con is only got a 7/8 inch cutting diameter and a lot of surface area to go through. I always believed with this chisel tip head it would go right through. I never shoulder shot one. As a bow hunter, you try not to shoulder shoot one, but the accuracy completely outdid this broadhead for me. I really don't care how good a broadhead is, how hard it hits, how well it does anything, if it doesn't hit where I put it on the pin and it doesn't shoot like my field tips. Because there's nothing more annoying to me than going out in the backyard and being dead on with my field tips, throwing my hunting arrow in and being 4 or 5 inches off. That just burns me up. Next broadhead. Now this is a broadhead that isn't a commercial broadhead at all. It's not sold at your local Cabela's, you know, game store. It is a private manufactured broadhead I actually ran into at the trade show, or the Deer and Turkey Expo in Ohio. What drew me to this broadhead was its, you know, bulletproof design. It is the only broadhead on the market that I am aware of, and I believe they have a patent for it. I saw the other day online, that can go from fixed blade to mechanical. So here it is. It's basically a 2-blade, but I guess technically it's a 4-blade. I wish this camera would focus. But you guys can kind of hopefully see. There it goes. So you got these two little winged blades, and then the two regular blades, like a Muzzy. Looking at a 1 3/8 inch cutting diameter, I believe. And cool thing about this is it's got little screws at the bottom. You can drop those blades out and drop new ones in. So really easy to change the blades. He said you could just sharpen these blades, but I've never believed in that. I've always just bought new broadheads. Yeah, they're expensive, but in my opinion, these broadheads are designed through weight. And if you sharpen one side more than the other, I always believed it was going to throw the head off completely. So I don't do that. Another thing, what this broadhead was designed to do, talking to the guy, is it was designed to cut a hole that was not able to close up, hence you got 4 cutting blades. Great design. My opinion is you're going to be cutting with a 2-blade if you hit a shoulder, because these little winged blades are just going to break off. That was my thoughts. But I was willing to try it. I really liked what the guy had to do, and I was willing to shoot the head and chance of hopefully working with him and getting on, working out a deal through YouTube or something, me promoting his product. But when I shot the head, it wasn't accurate. And like I just said on the last one, that burns me up. It was, I wouldn't say it was bad. It was like an inch or two off, but it was enough for me to notice. And penetration-wise, the Toxic was blowing it away. So I like the fact that the head was one piece. The chisel tip, it's a chisel. It's an actual, it's not attached onto the head. It's a one piece. But overall, that's why I didn't shoot the this is the V4 by FMJ Designs. You can look them up if you're interested. They also do sell the mechanical switch, which I think you gain 2/8 of an inch cut on that. So you're at, what, about 1.5 inches. And then finally, my 2017 Whitetail hunting setup. Starting off, last year I shot Gold Tip Hunter XT's 340 spine. It's Hoyt so fast, and I went up in draw length. I don't think my arms grew. I just think I got used to bending my arms so much on my old bow. 30-inch draw length. That I went down to the 300 spines because I think I was getting a little bit of flex causing me to lose some accuracy. So I'm shooting the Hunter XT's 300 spine. This is a 325 grain shaft with a 25 grain Luminoc and a 100 grain head. So I'm shooting about a 450 grain arrow. Speed wise, I have no idea where I'm at because the chronograph was shot at the pro shop, so I can't give you guys a speed. Everybody's shooting the Nocturnal Eyes this year, but I am shooting what I shot last year, which is just a red Luminoc. I like the Luminocs, the fact that you can turn them off into practice mode and you ain't got to turn them off. Super bright. I saw it go all the way in on my last deer. And I got 6 packs of them for sale this winter. You guys know that on my Facebook. I shared that tip with you guys. And then finally, this year's head, the 100 grain Muzzy Trocar HB. And I wish it would focus, but basically this broadhead is a 2-blade fixed blade with a expandable additional 2 blades. So it's a 4-blade, 2 fixed blades with 2 mechanical blades. And it does not use O-rings. It uses this push mechanism on the front. You see these little kind of like hooks. When they hook, they press in, and as it goes in, the Muzzy deploys. So that's what you're cutting with on one edge, and then you're cutting with the 2 fixed blades. So with the 2 fixed blades, you're already cutting bigger than the Toxic. You're cutting 1 1/8 inch. But with the expandable, you're cutting 1.5 inches. So I forget, I did the math. I just can't remember. It was like 2 5/8 inch cut with both blades cutting. And I don't see any reason this broadhead won't deploy. I mean, there's no O-rings to break. There's no way it can deploy midair. It's got It holds together really well. You know, I've been shaking them around before I shoot them. Super accurate. I'll pop a picture up on the screen right around there or there somewhere. You guys will see it. And it is 40 yards with a broadhead and a field tip. And that is the main reason I even tried this head. Is the testimonials said this is the most accurate, one of the most accurate broadheads on the market. Still shooting a fixed blade. Love the accuracy. I popped the picture up. That was 40 yards, broadhead and field tip. Blew me away. First shot, 20 yards right through the bullseye, and I was set. Haven't seen any problems expanding. There has been a few times where my target's worn out and it's just blown through there and completely passed through it. But I don't see any problem with it deploying. I could see maybe a little bit of a problem if you shoot a low poundage bow, but still, it's basing on impact, and I just don't see how this thing's not going to deploy. On their website, it said made for all poundage bows, and they do make a crossbow head, but it's basically the same, just 125 grain. It's got the chisel tip, which I feel like is a necessity nowadays. I've been shooting this head for about 2 weeks. I actually did break one. I shot it into the leg of my 3D target and broke one of the fixed blades. But I think I did that pulling out, so trying to pull it out of the leg. So overall, fantastic broadhead in my opinion. I cannot wait to see what this is going to do on a whitetail this fall. And who knows, maybe I could throw it together. I was looking last night, and a bear hunt this spring for you guys. I hope you guys like my setup. Hopefully you guys can, you know, apply this. Maybe you guys will shoot the Muzzy too this year. I think it's bulletproof. I think it's the best broadhead ever made. It's like a Rage Muzzy combo, which is outstanding to me. So you guys take it easy. Keep working hard. I got about another month for season here in Ohio. See, I know some seasons are opening out next week. Good luck to all you guys. I wish you guys the best. You know, shoot me a picture or a text or a message on Instagram or a YouTube message. Show me what you guys kill if you shoot this Muzzy. I want to see what it can do before I even take it out on the field. Good luck to all you guys. I'm going to check out here.